Let me warn you about something that almost every entrepreneur learns the hard way. Most businesses don't fail because of bad ideas. They fail because of the wrong people. And the scary part, some of those people might already be sitting in your meetings. Let me warn you about something that almost every entrepreneur learns the hard way. Most businesses don't fail because of bad ideas. They fail because of the wrong people. And the scary part, some of those people might already be sitting in your meetings. Let me save some of you about 10 years and about $1 million in mistakes. Most businesses don't die because of the market. They don't die because of inflation. They don't die because of competition. Most businesses die because of people. And if you've been in business long enough, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. Today, I'm going to introduce you to 5 people that will absolutely destroy your business if you let them stay too long. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You hired most of them. And some of you partnered with them. And a few of you actually might be one of them. By the end of this video, you're going to recognize at least one of these people in your life and in your business. Person number 1, the I know a guy expert. Every entrepreneur meets this person. You start talking about your project and suddenly someone says, "Oh yeah, I know a guy." You need financing? I know a guy. You need marketing? I know a guy. You need manufacturing? I know a guy. But here's the problem. The guy that they know has actually never done what you're trying to do. He just talks like he has. And now suddenly, your business decisions are being influenced by someone who's never actually built anything real. So now listen carefully. Advice from people who haven't done it is one of the fastest ways to wreck your business. I don't take business advice from spectators. I take business advice from people who have scars. Because the only real expert in business is someone who's already bled a little, and maybe a lot. And by the way, this same person can wreck your personal life too, because they're always giving advice about things that they've never actually done. They'll tell you how to raise your kids, how to handle your marriage and ain't never been married, how to manage your money, but their own life is usually a mess behind the curtain. So be careful taking advice from people who are still trying to figure it out on their own. That's not right. Be careful taking life advice from people who are still trying to figure it out in their own playbook. Person number 2, the professional doubter. This person doesn't start businesses. They analyze businesses. They critique. They question. They poke holes. But they never build anything themselves. You bring them an idea and they say, "Yeah, but what if it fails? What if the market isn't ready? What if the timing is wrong? What if? Let me explain something to you. If you sit around listening to professional doubters long enough, you'll never launch anything. Because every idea looks too risky before it works. Amazon looked crazy, Uber looked illegal, and Airbnb looked ridiculous. The people who challenge industries are not the people who avoid risks. They're the people who move while everyone else is still analyzing the weather report. Now take this same personality into your personal relationships. A new idea, a new opportunity, a new direction. And instead of encouragement, you get skepticism. Over time, that kind of energy will slowly drain the confidence out of you. The wrong voice in your ear long enough can make you start doubting the things that you were born to do. Person number 3, the energy vampire. Now this one is dangerous because sometimes this person is talented. They may even be good at their job, but every time they walk into the room, the energy drops. Every conversation becomes a complaint. Every meeting becomes a problem session. Every opportunity becomes a reason why it won't work. Entrepreneurship is already hard enough. You cannot build something big with people who are already emotionally committed to negativity. Energy matters. Momentum matters. And one negative personality can contaminate an entire team faster than you think. This is why great founders protect the culture like it's oxygen, because it is. And let me tell you something else. Energy vampires just don't exist at work. They show up at friendships, your family, and even marriages. Every conversation becomes drama. Every day becomes a complaint. Every situation becomes a reason why your life is unfair. And if you stay around that long enough, their emotional climate eventually becomes your climate. That's why protecting your peace is not selfish, it's survival. Person number 4, the silent partner. Let's talk about partnerships for a second. A lot of businesses die right here. And you and someone decide to start something together. You split the ownership, you split the equity, you split the dream. But then reality shows up. One person is working 80 hours a week, and the other person is posting motivational quotes on Instagram. They show up for the celebration, but they disappear during the construction. Listen to Les on this one. Partnerships don't fail because of contracts. They fail because of unequal commitment. If someone wants half of the upside, they better be willing to carry half of the weight. Otherwise, you're not in a partnership. You're in a slow motion divorce. Now translate this into personal relationships, because sometimes people want the benefits of a relationship without the responsibility that comes along with it. They want loyalty, support, understanding. But when it's time for effort, commitment, sacrifice, they disappear. Relationships, just like businesses, only work when both people are carrying the weight. Otherwise, someone ends up doing all the emotional heavy lifting, and that ain't good. Person number 5, the founder, who won't evolve. Now this one is uncomfortable, because sometimes the person killing the business is sitting right in the founder's chair. The market changes, technology changes, customer behavior changes. Who moved my cheese? But the founder, they refuse to adapt. They keep saying, this is how I've always done it. Let me tell you something. After over 3 decades in business, the moment you start believing your past success makes you permanently right, your decline has already begun. Great entrepreneurs reinvent themselves over and over and over again. The business that made you successful 5 years ago might be the exact same thing that's holding you back today. And this one hits relationships hard too, because people who refuse to evolve in business often refuse to grow in life. They hold on to old habits, old arguments, old ways of thinking, even when the relationship is clearly asking them to grow. But here's the hard truth. Healthy relationships require evolution. If one person is growing and the other person is stuck, eventually the distance between them becomes too wide to ignore. Now in closing, fam, let's recruit the 5 people who will kill your business. Number 1, the I know a guy expert. Number 2, the professional doubter. Number 3, the energy vampire. Number 4, the silent partner. And number 5, the founder who won't evolve. And here's the deeper lesson. These 5 personalities just don't destroy companies. They destroy friendships, families, and marriages. Because the same character traits that sabotage businesses also sabotage trust, respect, and growth. That's why one of the most important skills in life isn't just building something. It's learning who deserves access to your life while you're building it. And here's the hard part. Every successful entrepreneur eventually learns one painful truth. You can have the perfect idea, the perfect market, and even the perfect timing, but the wrong people will still destroy it. That's why building a business is just not about strategy. It's about protecting the environment where business success can happen. The right people accelerate everything, and the wrong people, they multiply every mistake. And if you're serious about building something real, you have to get comfortable making one of the hardest decisions in entrepreneurship. Who gets to stay in the room? If you've ever had one of these people in your business, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. Drop a comment and let me know exactly which one of these people that you've dealt with in the past. And if you're building something right now, send this episode to your partner. Sometimes the best business advice comes from a conversation that needs to happen. This has been the ReBuild, and I'm Les Allen. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, share it. Until next time, remember that respect is the only currency that doesn't lose its value. Stay sharp, stay respected, stay rebuilding. And until the next episode, peace.